It's no secret that walleye love flowing water. The Detroit River attracts a huge run of walleye from Lake Erie. Once the spawn is complete, walleye put on the feedbag, and trolling crankbaits like the Bill Lewis Precise Walleye Crank, or PWC for short, makes quick work of limit catches. Mark Romanack teams up with Bill Lewis pro staffer and tournament pro Roy Miller. Mark and Roy enjoy an epic day of walleye trolling, targeting fish on both the Michigan and Ontario sides of the river.
This might be a good fish, Mark.
Outside board is always the big fish, right?
That's right.
So I got to reel him a little bit further, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, we got a new guest on board today. His name is Roy Miller from Fat Boy Jigs. Sorry, we're not jig fishing today, Roy.
I'll let it slide.
But he's also a offshore tackle pro staffer and very, very knowledgeable about this area in southeast Michigan, particularly the Detroit River. So we're doing something a little bit different today. We are going to be doing some trolling in the river, not jigging. So stick around because it's a pretty cool presentation we got going on here.
We found that these fish are moving in and out of the river, and they're coming in highways and groves, and sometimes the best way to target them is to come out here and troll. And especially on a mildly windy day when boat control can be an issue, this is a little bit easier on boat control, a little bit easier to keep the boat pointed in the right direction and keep lines effectively fishing. This is the short lead, Mark, so you know.
I can see short lead. I should have the net in one hand and the planer board in the other here. That was very short. We'll move fast. How's that sound? Unhook board, net fish. Nicely done, Roy.
Woo! I've done that a time or two.
Nicely done. Look at that.
So this is what we're going to be going through today, is a lot of these cookie cutters, but we could possibly get into some big ones. This is what the lower river is kind of known for, is the bigger fish. But this is a great frying pan fish right there. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, perfect fish. But in accordance with the fish guides, we're letting them go today. We'll say it's good karma. How do you feel about that? We'll let them go and catch them another day.
Absolutely.
All right. You gotta love it when the board's buried.
Yes, you do. Feels like a good fish, Mark.
The way that board went back, that'd be a good indication. I mean, you can kind of tell I mean, generally speaking, the faster the board goes back, the larger the fish is, and we're just barely crawling now. We're only going 1.2 miles an hour up against the current here, so we're not moving fast, but yeah, whatever grabbed a hold of that's got some shoulders on it.
One key thing is when these walleyes open their mouths in this current, it's like a sail.
I understand.
You get a big one on and it comes in with its mouth open, it sure feels a lot bigger. This one feels like it's got some shoulders on it.
Well, at least a split second longer to get the board off and get to the net this time. So
yeah,
these are short leads by most trolling standards. People think of trolling, they think of 100, 120 foot leads back. Nothing like that today. I think 30 foot is the longest lead we have out right now. So it's all yours, my friend. It's going to go your side now, looks like.
Switching up on us.
Man, that's a beautiful fish.
That's a good one.
You notice how quiet it got there at the moment of truth?
So we're fishing really short leads today because we're in anywhere from, looks like 16 to 12 foot of water. There's a lot of humps and boulders and stuff that we're fishing around. But with the PWCs, we can get depth at a short lead length. So what we've been doing is running anywhere from 15 to 30 back. And in the current, it's kind of hard to tell how deep that is, but I know I'm covering the water column and we're catching fish all over. So I think we got it covered.
Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by the Ultimate Sports Show Tour and Abyss Batteries. Power your pursuit. Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by Big Bite Baits and Steel Shad Premier Fishing Lures.
Let's talk about the making of a crankbait. And if you're like me and very passionate about crankbaits, you probably own a lot of them. And the things I'm looking for in crankbaits, I'm looking for baits that start out, number one, that are tuned in the package, that when you put them in the water, they fish. You shouldn't have to be tuning the crankbait every single time that you touch it. It should be tuned and ready to catch fish. The other thing I'm looking for is premium finishes. I really like these high quality finishes, and a number of manufacturers these days that are just doing an exceptional job at premium finishes. And then of course, hooks and hardware. It doesn't make any sense to have a premium crankbait and put junk hooks on it. You really do need high quality hooks as well. And so you put those things together with a nice dive curve, a steep diving bait that gets to some good depth of water with a very minimal lead length. And what I've just described here is basically the PWC, the Precise Walleye Crank from Bill Lewis. If you're looking for a premium crankbait to catch walleyes, you're going to go a long ways to find one that's better.
There's burying the board. It's a little faster than what we were running. We'll have to sped up so we could get some lines set here. We might have two fish on.
I was going to say, I thought maybe your inside board got bit too.
We might have two fish on here.
You want some help?
Yeah. You need a hand here.
If you don't mind, I think we need to do a little double down here. Let's see if I can get this one in quicker.
Nothing wrong with a good double.
Well, every man for himself here, I guess. Whoa!
That one's going to be 30 back.
I'm going to put a little heat on this one, and I'm reeling a little harder than I normally would. Just a smaller fish anyway.
You want the net?
I think I can alley-oop him, Roy.
Okay.
I think that's what we're going to try and do here. Whoa! Alley-oop one. I'm just going to let him flop on the bottom of the boat here for a minute.
This is what this spot's kind of known for. When you get into a pot of fish, they're moving in and out, and they'll come in waves, and you might have doubles and triples, and sometimes you'll get a little lull, and the next thing you know, doubles and triples. And
I think yours is worthy of a landing net.
Okay. Trying to keep them down a little bit.
Yep.
Is that gold
Nice.
color again?
A little chaos there, but we turned it into something good. Well, obviously males squirting all over the place here. So, for those folks who don't realize, the males stick around in the spawning waters way longer than the females do. The females come, they do their thing, and then they leave. But the males stick around. I guess I can only speculate, but I stick around hoping that more females will come. They don't all spawn at the same time. So, right now, a pretty good mix of males and females in the system right now.
Absolutely. This fishery will go well in through May, with these fish kind of hanging around and eating from this lower river.
We might get lucky and catch a pre-spawner today, but I wouldn't bet on that.
No,
I wouldn't bet on that.
Possibly, but no. So this area here stretches from shoreline to shoreline, from America to Canada, but there's only 3 main runs that these fish go up. That's up through Trenton and up through the 2 shipping channels. But this is one big flat, all the way from side to side. This isn't a very specific spot on a spot presentation. These fish are scattered from shore to shore. You just got to get to where you can feel comfortable. The bottom stays pretty even, so you can effectively troll these fish. The fish are just scattered everywhere throughout here, from all across this whole flat. They'll be here well through May. So if you got a great day in May when you're out here fishing in shorts and a t-shirt and a little less windy than we have today, it's a perfect day to bring a kid out here to teach them how to troll and just have a good day on the water.
You think about trolling in rivers, you know, it is a kind of a little bit of a foreign thing, but I gotta point something out. I mean, they've been trolling crankbaits in the Detroit River for eons. I mean, guys here troll crankbaits, but they don't do it with planer boards and traditional gear. They do it with something called hand lining, where they're using heavy weights to get the baits down and stuff. And they're usually using stick baits in order to accomplish that. So traditional minnow diving baits like this PWC we're using today, and trolling with planer boards, this is an anomaly. This is not something that a lot of people are doing. And the tournament guys, of course, figured this out, and they started doing it, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, Roy, something like that. And now it's getting to the point where some of the top weights in the tournaments are coming with this presentation. So this is something you're going to see a lot more of in the future. And that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. Any way you can catch walleyes is a good thing. I'm not sure, but I think he may have spotted the board. Spotted the boat.
You got another one on, Mark?
Well, this is interesting. I'm fighting a fish right now, and he's right here at the boat. He's a good one. He's a real good one. Oh, we'll concentrate on getting him, I guess, before we worry about the other one.
Oh, sweet!
That is a big one, buddy. Let us show this thing off. Nice grade of fish today. Absolutely a beautiful grade of fish. And this is indicative of this whole Lake Erie Detroit River system. Just a ton of fish in that 20 to 26 inch range. Just an absolute ton of fish in this size.
Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by Cisco Fishing Systems, your fishing equipment experts. Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by ProCure, ruthlessly effective bait scents. Smokercraft Incorporated and Suzuki Outboards presents the 411 on fishing.
I tell you what, we can't leave well enough alone. It's snowing, it's cold, but there's still open water out there, and I'm just not ready to put the boat away for the season. And so one of the things I want to talk about when it comes to fishing early in the season, late in the season like we're doing right now, is the clothing that we wear. Now in this case I'm wearing what's called the Denali suit from Striker. You've seen me wear it a ton on Fishing 411. It's my favorite insulated rain suit that's out there on the market. And one of the cool things about this Denali suit is they've added some new upgrades to the suit to make it a little bit better and just a more quality product overall. But this is the new suit that I'm wearing right here. It comes in 2 different colors. This one that I'm wearing, and it comes in an all black. It comes in multiple different sizes, including tall sizes. For guys like me, I'm a big guy and I love having these tall sizes that's offered in the Striker lineup. And one of the things about this suit that just makes it really a quality suit for out on open water is the fact that it's a nice flexible suit, but yet it's still warm. Now this suit has 100 grams of insulation in the chest, 80 grams of insulation in the arms, 60 grams of insulation in the hood. And what that means is kind of that perfect balance of a warm suit, but not super bulky. And that's really important inside a boat. You want to be able to move around and not be restricted. Your traditional ice fishing style clothing has flotation in it. It's just a little bit more restrictive when it comes to that. So having a suit that just fits inside a boat a little bit better, it's this Denali suit right here. Now with the insulation, it actually goes to a little bit further. This is a Permaloft insulation. It's a super lightweight, super warm insulation. Now there's 2 things about this suit that to me really sets it apart, and I want to talk about. The inside of the suit is really smooth, really soft. The reason I like that is because this time of year I do a lot of layering. Whether it's early in the morning and super cold, I might have a couple extra layers on, but as the day comes along I want to take some of those layers off. That suit being really smooth on the inside makes it really easy to put the jacket and the bibs over top of your other clothing. Both are exactly the same, the jacket and the bibs. Now the second thing I love about this suit, seems really small, but within the bibs, and a lot of times these shoulder straps like to fall off our shoulder and we're constantly pulling them back over our shoulder all day long. Well, this new Denali suit actually has silicone on the inside of the shoulder straps. Makes it a little sticky, sticks right to your shoulders, and the straps stay in place all day long where they belong. So the Denali suit's been in the lineup for quite a few years from Striker. Adding these new features that they've done to the Denali suit really sets this suit apart, and it's still my favorite suit to wear early and late in the season.
That didn't take very long.
It is angry.
I just happened to be watching your board when it went off. Literally, the board was moving forward, and all of a sudden the flag went tunk, and the board goes back right now.
Well, that's a good
right
sign.
So, yeah, I don't think that crankbait was hardly wet. It wasn't in the water long enough to get wet. Wow, a beautiful thing.
It's got its mouth wide open like a sail.
Yeah. Big giveaway, you're dealing with a walleye. You see that big old white mouth. It's all yours, Ray. Oh, that is a beautiful fish, my friend.
Come on.
You don't like me much. There we go.
It's a nice 24, 25 inch. Beautiful fish, beautiful color, nice and dark for this time of year.
You know, I'm going to interject a little bit too. I keep seeing all these colors I'm not seeing in Bill Lewis catalog. What's going on here, my friend?
These are JT custom colors we had done specially for this spring, and they're working pretty good.
I don't know what they call this, but it looks like a goby to me.
It's a golden boy. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
golden
exactly
boy.
right.
Yeah, that is. And that bait's been good too. I mean, that bait's been good as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
Just keep surprising me, man. Just keep surprising me. I love to be surprised when it's a 25-inch walleye.
Yeah, this is a beautiful fish.
Not bad, man. Not bad at all. What we did today, virtually every fish we caught was on a crankbait pulled behind an inline planer board. And if you get into inline planer board fishing, you're going to want to have a good trolling rod designed specifically for inline boards. And the rod I have in my hand is made by Eagle Claw. It's called the Starfire X series. This one happens to be telescoping, so I can telescope it down or I can extend it. That makes it easy to stow in your dry storage compartment. But what you're really looking for here is you're looking for a rod that has the right power. It has to have enough backbone to be able to handle the weight of an inline board, maybe a deep diving crankbait, maybe even all that plus a snap weight. So it has to have a nice backbone, but it also has to have a soft tip, so when you're fighting fish, you don't overfight those fish and literally tear the lures right out of the fish's mouth. So if you're looking for a great inline planer board rod, you're going to have a hard time beating the Eagle Claw Starfire X. Only a $40 to $50 rod, you just can't beat it.
Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by Striker Brands. Go early, go late, go prepared. Fishing 411 TV is brought to you in part by Fishhawk Electronics. Going fishing without a fishhawk is called boating.
It's been an interesting day. You know, when we got here, the wind was howling out of the west. In fact, so bad we actually ended up deciding to leave this spot because it was so windy and went to some other spots. Then we come back here and calm as can be, and now the wind is completely switched around to the southeast. And it doesn't seem, these weather changes don't seem to be bothering the fish. I'm reeling one in now, my outside board is hammering right now. And so it doesn't seem to give them an attitude adjustment.
That's a good one, Mark. Which way is it going? Let's come here.
Okay, see if I can keep him in the water here. Ooh, baby. Oh, there we go. Another beautiful, precise walleye crank. PWC walleye. You gotta love it. You just gotta love it. Back you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. I suppose you want me to net it, huh?
We're going to probably need the net on this.
Probably want me to net one. I think I might owe you one here. Oh, man. He wants to go to the wrong side of the boat. Look at that. I'll get you. With the net handle there. So, look at that. That's fish of the day right there.
Fish of the day.
That's fish of the day right there.
Beautiful fish.
You can leave me some of these colors. I don't have any of these colors. I mean, all of them have been exceptional. I mean, I don't think we've had a bait in the water that didn't get bit, did we? I mean,
No,
just about every color got bit.
Everything we've ran has been getting bit.
But some of those JT Customs have been exceptional, no question about it. I guess it could cost me some money on the way. Gotta go to the tackle shop. That is a beautiful fish, man. Beautiful fish.
So all these fish are moving in and out of the river. What we're targeting today is the post-spawn fish. The spawn's pretty much over out of this wave, so we're able to target these suspended fish as they're moving in and out. There's only so many places they can go. This is one of the pinch points that really congregate a lot of good walleyes, and so we're targeting them suspended and not on the bottom. And if you're wondering where to go, you just look on your maps and you'll see all these big flats, and that's what we're targeting today, is these big flats. There's really no structure out here. We're looking for long, consistent flats that we can really get a good troll on and target these suspended walleyes.
Look at here, Roy. I like it when a plan comes together. And it's finally starting to come together.
These are all up high too. High sun, high fish.
All the kind of the pieces of the puzzle, you know, water clarity is just right. And there's certainly a lot of fish coming and going. It's a transitional area, so there's drop back fish here, plus there's still fish moving up to spawn. I mean, this has just got all of the right pieces of the puzzle. And it doesn't hurt that the weather's beautiful and they're biting. That never hurts. That never hurts. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I better get a net.
She's right up there sunbathing.
Oh, that's another good fish, Mark.
Yeah, these are a lot of cookie cutters. These are a lot of cookie cutters.
Hey, I told you bug eye was hot the other day.
Yeah, it finally got, whoa, good job. Nice recovery. Yeah, it finally got hot for me. We'll show this one off. This beautiful long fish. You gotta love that. So much fun. Hey, you know, my name is Mark Romanack, and you've been watching Fishing 411. I hope that you've enjoyed today's show. I really want to thank Roy Miller from Fat Boy Jigs for taking us out and showing us a little bit about how to troll these lower Detroit River walleyes. Man, this has been an awesome experience. I'll be back doing this again for sure, and so should you.
Closed captioning is provided courtesy of Precision Trolling Data, the Troller's Bible. Fishing 411 TV comes to you courtesy of Offshore Tackle, Yakima Bait Company, Suzuki Marine, Jay's Sporting Goods, Smooth Move Seats, Garmin Marine, Bill Lewis Lures, Starcraft Marine, Niagara Falls, USA, and Eagle Claw.
The good news is the lane that's right here. That's a nice fish, too. Come to Papa. Oh, Roy, you the man.